Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World Football Alliance Crunch Time here on the World Sports and Entertainment Network. I'm your host, DB Love. Thanks for tuning in. This week, we're covering Week 14 in the World Football Alliance. Moving closer to the playoffs, getting excited. Let's talk about Week 14. We'll start off in the Alliance Division. First, let's talk about the Week 13 Players of the Week in the Alliance Division. The Offensive Player of the Week was Jose Moon, halfback for the Mexico City Golden Eagles. Jose had 17 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown, but went off in the receiving game. He caught 4 passes out of the backfield for 143 yards and another touchdown. So, great week for Jose. Defensive Player of the Week, Week 13 Alliance Division. For the second straight week was Daniel Kittner, middle linebacker for Salt Lake City. Elks having a phenomenal stretch here. Back-to-back Players of the Week for him. He had 18 tackles, an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Daniel Kittner is balling. Let's move into Week 14 here. Alliance Division, teams on a bye. We had Oklahoma City, Portland, Chicago, London, Austin, and Daniel Kittner isn't going to go for 3 straight weeks because his team is on a bye. Salt Lake City Elks had a bye. So let's get into some scores from Week 14 Alliance Division. We start things off. Memphis Hounds taking on Toronto Thunderbirds. Memphis won a tight affair there, 28-24. Hounds improved to 8-3. Thunderbirds fall to 5-5. Up next, we had the Mexico City Golden Eagles and Jose Moon. They took on the Orlando Wizards. Mexico City won that one. Another tight affair, 30-28. Golden Eagles improved to 4-6. Wizards fall to 5-5. Up next, we had a huge upset. San Diego, the Aftershock, upset Brooklyn. Aftershock won that one 27-6 in Brooklyn. So with that win, Aftershock improved to 6-3. Brooklyn falls to 8-2. And our final score, another big upset. Sacramento upset Columbus Aviators 25-16. Sacramento improves to 4-6. Aviators fall to 8-2. Let's get you to our Alliance Division highlight this week. We had San Antonio Marshals taking on the Houston Gunners in a Texas showdown. Check it out. We start things off here between Houston Voyagers and San Antonio Marshals. Outstanding running back for Houston, Leo Ebron, takes the handoff, gets drilled by Pearson there in the backfield. 4 other Marshals pile on. He fumbles the football, recovered by San Antonio. And following the turnover, San Antonio Marshals get it into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Backup quarterback who started this game for San Antonio, Chris Harding, hits the receiver for a 7-0 Marshals lead. And later in the first quarter, Houston Voyagers in the red zone looking to score. Quarterback Donald Casvaharn fires it to the end zone. Picked off by McCleskey there for the Marshals. Malcolm McCleskey with his 3rd interception of the year in the end zone. And early in the second quarter, Houston get on the board to tie the game at 7. Casvaharn hits Leffage, the receiver there, who goes over 750 yards receiving on the year with that touchdown reception to make it 7-7. Touchdown Voyagers. Donald Casvaharn goes deep over the top of the defense, hitting his receiver there for the touchdown and a 14-7 lead.
And this time it's a San Antonio turnover. Backup running back Boatwright on just his second carry in the game fumbles the football up the middle, recovered by the Voyagers. And that brings us to halftime. Here's a look at the halftime stats. All categories led by Houston except for the turnovers or takeaways. There, San Antonio opens the scoring. Chris Harding hits the receiver. Houston trying to answer back there when McCluskey picked it off in the end zone for San Antonio. Houston will finally get on the board to tie the game there. Casvaharn hit Leffage for the touchdown. He would then get his second touchdown pass over the top to Pilgrim deep. Houston would also add a field goal. They lead 17-7. Fumble and another turnover late in the third quarter here. Houston Voyagers running back fumbles the football. Recovered by the Marshals, their third takeaway of the day. Alright, down to the 1 yard line after a long pass play. The San Antonio Marshals looking to get into the end zone, and they do. Quarterback Chris Harding rolls out right, tosses it out right to the big receiver there, Schmidt, for the touchdown to tie this game at 17 here in the fourth quarter. Alright, here we go inside the 2-minute warning. Both teams have added field goals. We're tied at 20. Houston Voyagers attempting a field goal to take the lead. It is blocked. Blocked by the San Antonio Marshals. McCluskey scoops it up and will take it to the house for a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, what a turn of events. Houston Voyagers looking for a field goal to take the lead with 1:55 to play. The field goal is blocked right there, laid out. Malcolm McCluskey scoops it up and returns it for a San Antonio touchdown. They will take the lead 27-20, minute 44 remain in the game. Alright, 25 seconds remain in this game. Houston Voyagers have ran a near perfect 2-minute offense to get down the field in a hurry. First and goal there on that last attempt that sailed incomplete. Now it will be under a booth review to see if that was a touchdown or not for the Houston Voyagers. This could be a big call here. Let's see what the referees have to say. And they rule it a touchdown. Oh my goodness, Houston Voyagers get a touchdown on an outstanding execution of a 2-minute offense. They ran a no-huddle march down the field, and Casvaharn hits the receiver back of the end zone for a touchdown to tie this game at 27. 16 seconds remain. All right, jumping ahead into overtime now. Houston won the toss, received the kickoff, drove down the field here for this field goal attempt, which is good, for a 30-27 lead for the Voyagers. San Antonio will get a chance to answer the field goal. If they get a field goal, we continue to play. If they get a touchdown, they win the football game. Alright, here we go. Minute 45 left in overtime. Marshals trailing by 3, looking for a touchdown to win the game after driving all the way down the field. After receiving the kickoff, they are on the 1 yard line. First and goal for the Marshals, looking for the touchdown to win the game. Harding hands to Nahums into the end zone for the touchdown. San Antonio Marshals win the game in overtime. 33-30, the Marshals still won on the road in Houston. Here's a look at the stats. Marshals dominate all the categories except for the rushing yards.
All right, there you have it. Let's get into the standings through 14 weeks in the Alliance Division. After both teams lost in an upset, Brooklyn Barons and Columbus Aviators both upset this week. They sit tied at the top of the divisions. One of those two teams could have took advantage of the division. Both were upset, so Barons and Aviators are tied at first with a record of 8-2. Coming in at third, Memphis Hounds just half a game back at 8-3. San Diego Aftershock, after beating Brooklyn, move up to fourth at 6-3. Portland Snowhawks in fifth at 6-4. And those Salt Lake City Elks are in sixth at 5-4. So, there you go for the Alliance Division. Let's shoot over to the United Division. We will start off with Week 13 Players of the Week in the United Division. Offensive Player of the Week from last week, Rocco Ringer, quarterback for the Salt Lake City Pioneers. Rocco went 26 of 36. 251 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Defensive Player of the Week, Week 13 United Division, was Deontay Chapman, middle linebacker for the Columbus Caps. Deontay had 11 tackles and an interception. Teams on bye in Week 14 in the United Division are those Columbus Caps and Deontay Chapman. They're on a bye. Sacramento's on a bye. Rocco Ringer and the Salt Lake City Pioneers also have a bye, and the Brooklyn Beats have a bye. So let's get to the Week 14 scores from United Division. We start things off. Portland Lumberjacks and Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City won a close one, 20-17. They improved to 6-4. Lumberjacks fall to 5-4. Up next, Toronto Huskies took on Chicago. Chicago won another tight affair, 27-24. Chicago improves to 5-5. Huskies fall to 5-5. Up next, Dublin Celtic Tigers took on Houston. Dublin won that one easily, 33-17. They improved to 6-4. Houston fall to 4-6. Up next, we had a big upset. Austin Armadillos fall to Mexico City Conquistadors, 23-20. Conquistadors improved to 3-7. Armadillos fall to 7-2. And to round out the scores, we had San Diego Crusaders easily beating the Memphis Steamers 35-15. Crusaders improved to 5-5. Steamers fall to 2-8. Let's get you to our highlight, Week 14 United Division. London taking on San Antonio. Check that one out.
And we start things off. First drive of the game. Quarterback for San Antonio, Ashton Cedar, fires a pass down the field, picked off by the London Monarchs. Carter, his 20th career interception to start this game. And here we go, coming off of the turnover, London Monarchs looking to put it in the end zone, and they do. On this drive, starting quarterback for the Monarchs, Carter Foles, got knocked out of the game. Backup quarterback Cooper comes in and continues to lead the team down the field, hand the ball to the running back there, Hayward Bay, who did most of the heavy lifting on this drive. He gets into the end zone for a early 7-0 lead here in a rainy London, England. And San Antonio get their turnover back. London quarterback Cooper was on the scramble, gets hit from behind, fumbles the football, recovered by the Dreadnoughts, who have added a field goal. They trail 7-3. And off of their turnover, San Antonio Dreadnoughts get the touchdown. Quarterback Ashton Cedar scrambles in for the touchdown to give the Dreadnoughts a 10-7 lead. Interception, London Monarchs. Linebacker Craig jumps the out route there, picks off the pass, almost takes it all the way to the house. Quarterback Ashton Cedar makes a touchdown saving tackle, but Keelan Craig makes his third pick, has the London Monarchs in good territory here in this all-important game for both teams. Big playoff implications here for this game. We are tied at 10 after both teams have had a touchdown and a field goal. Following the turnover, London Monarchs only able to get a field goal. San Antonio Dreadnoughts then take the kickoff, run a flawless 2-minute offense. Quarterback Ashton Cedar put every pass right on the mark, led his team right down the field, and there you saw it. He rushed in his second rushing touchdown of the day to give the Dreadnoughts a 17-13 lead heading into halftime. And here's your halftime stats as we reach halftime in this important game for both teams. Playoff implications here in a rainy London, England. There's a first drive of the game where London Monarchs pick off the San Antonio Dreadnoughts. They then go down the field and get a rushing touchdown by Hayward Bay there. Carter Foles would get injured and his backup Cooper would come in. He'd fumble the football there, recovered by San Antonio. They would convert that into a touchdown. Ashton Cedar would rush it in from the quarterback position, his first rushing touchdown of the game. And there's his second rushing touchdown of the game to make it 17-13. And here we go to start things off in the third quarter. Monarchs looking to get into the end zone to take the lead back, and they do. Sergio Hayward Bay takes the toss and runs it in, his second rushing touchdown of the game to give the Monarchs a 20-17 lead. Interception by San Antonio. Carter Foles, who has come back into this game, trying to throw the out. Outstanding play by Julius Short to jump the route. Would have been a pick six if he could have stayed in bounds, but San Antonio will take over, trailing 2017. And we start the fourth quarter with yet another turnover. Ashton Cedar out scrambling around again, gets hit, fumbles the football, picked up by the Monarchs. Alright, after the Monarchs have added a field goal to extend the lead 23-17, Dreadnoughts looking to regain the lead here, and they do. Third rushing touchdown of the game for the quarterback Ashton Cedar. Drops back, runs it right up the middle to give the Dreadnoughts a 24-23 lead, 8.5 left to play. Oh no, and disaster for the San Antonio Dreadnoughts. London had kicked a field goal to take a 2-point lead, 26-24. San Antonio was driving down the field looking to regain the lead, and Ashton Cedar threw an interception there, picked off by Cromartie Smith of London, who have a 26-24 lead and the football, 2.5 to play. And there it is, another interception by the Monarchs of Ashton Cedar. This time Virgil picks it off to ice the game. Inside a minute, Monarchs lead 26-24. And there you have it. That's the ball game. London Monarchs win this all-important game. Close game between these two with huge playoff implications. Monarchs will stay well within the playoff picture. Ashton Cedar, San Antonio quarterback, absolutely ran wild today, but had several turnovers as well. There you see the stats. London wins a big one.
There you have it. Let's get to some standings in the United Division. Through 14 weeks, Austin Armadillos sit atop the division at 7-2. Next up are the two teams we just watched. The London Monarchs are in second at 6-3, and the San Antonio Dreadnoughts are in third at 6-4. So that was a very important game that you just saw. And then after that, a lot of teams jumbled up middle of the pack here in the United Division. So these next few weeks are very crucial in the United Division heading to the playoffs. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week in Week 15. As we move later along, be sure to check out the United States Basketball Championship. Please subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.